This week, University of Utah researchers investigating seismic earthquakes that occurred in western Utah near the Nevada border in 2018-2019 say that there may be an active magma chamber, active volcanoes in Utah of all places. Even though they're not imminently erupting, there is magma filling a chamber and causing earthquakes very shallowly. Wow, what could that mean? At some point in the future, we may see a new volcano rise in western Utah. How did they find this out is a good question. They looked at the types of earthquakes and found that they're not their normal earthquakes. They don't contain shear energy like many fault-related earthquakes. And the surface of the earth actually tilted up, meaning that magma was moving around underground. There's a lot of shaking going on in New Zealand, the island country in the Southwest Pacific. The Kermadec Islands are located just to the north of New Zealand, and they were really rocking and rolling this week. They had a series of very large fault earthquakes along a tectonic plate boundary, and one of them was 8.1 in magnitude, a giant earthquake, so large that tsunami watches were put out across the Pacific plate, including New Zealand and Hawaii. We didn't see a massive tsunami, luckily, but we've got to watch this part of the world because it's extremely seismically active. This week was a huge week for NASA as it finally landed its Perseverance rover at Jezero Crater on Mars. In an ongoing effort to understand the history of geology of Mars, to find out if there ever could have been life on Mars and search for evidence of life, the Perseverance rover sat down by some amazing engineering on a sky crane in a giant crater called Jezero Crater that was once a lake. On the north side of this crater is a large delta, an area where water at one time flowed and deposited that water into the crater. So Perseverance is going to go out and attempt to study those rocks and see if we can find evidence of past life on Mars. It also has a helicopter. So we're going to see for the first time if we can actually fly a flying aircraft on Mars. And it's got loads of 4K cameras and full audio. So we're going to get a picture of Mars that's unlike any that we've ever had before. It's exciting stuff.